You can give condoms to kids in school, but you can't give Bibles.
Hi, I'm David Harsani for Human Events. I'm here with Father Robert Sirico, who's the founder of the Acton Institute for the Study of Religion and Liberty, and also author of Defending the Free Market, The Moral Case for a Free Economy. Thanks for being here.
Good to be here.
Yes.
Thank you, David.
Now, I read in this book that you actually campaigned for Jane Fonda at one point. That's pretty
Well, it was for Tom Hayden.
Tom Hayden?
With Jane Fonda, yes.
Yeah, it must have been exciting.
That was the campaign for economic democracy in the 70s.
Okay. And that turned you, or helped turn you in the right direction?
Well, no, it came after that. It was some books that helped turn me in the right direction.
Well, which books?
Friedrich Hayek's The Road to Serfdom, a little book by Bastiat called The Law, Milton Friedman's Capitalism and Freedom. Free to Choose wasn't out yet, and a bunch of other books. And it just, that and conversation with a friend of mine really began to get me to focus on how one actually builds a society where the marginalized, the vulnerable, could enjoy their lives and be free and be prosperous.
So this is a very timely book, obviously, because it seems like there is a debate about the morality of capitalism and
Yes.
free markets.
Yeah.
The left, it seems to me at least, has become a lot more populist. You don't want to use the word socialist, but in Europe they have no problem.
Exactly. This is what I say. In Europe, and I've spent a lot of time in Europe. I'm in and out of Italy all the time, and they would call the Obama administration a socialist administration without any meaning of, insult.
Right. It's not a pejorative over there.
It's not a pejorative over there, right? It's just descriptive.
Well, it seems to me, though, that the left has sort of taken the rhetoric of morality and infused their politics with it even more than the religious right in some sense.
Yes.
Do you see that happening? And do you think people are substituting religion with this sort of morality of left economics?
Well, yes, I think this occupies a vacuum that is there as a result of removing traditional religion, traditional moral categories from the discourse. And so to speak passionately, it's interesting, you can give condoms to kids in school, but you can't give Bibles. You can give condoms to kids in school, but you can't tell them to use filtered cigarettes. Those kinds of things, this anomaly. There is a moralism on the left. They don't see it that way. They quote Jesus. What would Jesus cut? But if a conservative or an evangelical were to say anything in reference to the Bible, they're out of the discussion.
Right. Well, it's Paul Ryan, who's has been fighting for a more free market sort of budget than we have now. Spoke at Georgetown recently, and he talked about his Catholicism and how he thought the free market comported well with the Catholic faith. And I'm not sure if you're familiar with Father Thomas Reese. You probably are.
Very much so. I've been on TV with him.
Right.
Was with him in the piazza at St. Peter's when Pope Benedict was elected. He looked like somebody hit him in the back of the head with a baseball bat that day.
Well, he had some choice words for Ryan, and he said, I just quote him quickly, that the survival of the fittest may be okay for social Darwinists, but not for the followers of the gospel of compassion and love. Why is he wrong? Why is he wrong? I mean, is capitalism a little more like Darwinism than sort of the left?
I have a hunch that Father Reese, in a different context, would be quite vehemently defending Darwinism, but that's a separate argument. It's just a mischaracterization of a free economy. By the way, I don't like the word capitalism because I think it is too narrow. It just deals with the kind of material dimensions of the economy. And I think what is far more rich, I think far more complete a story, is to understand economics as human action, which brings into play all kinds of values, not just economic values. But if it is just the survival of the fittest, then I don't think that that's a moral system. The fact is that it's not, that we have more people who would have been considered unfit in previous generations alive now, thanks to the advance of technology, medicine, and the like.